Okay, good evening, everybody, and I hope everybody had a great day. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend as well as that, and that your day here Monday is coming off on a good start and everything. I hope you had an awesome weekend and stuff. You already know my name is HoeZee. Um, we're gonna get right into it. We ain't got time to waste and stuff. We got a couple of things we want to get into. Uh, Starting with over the weekend, I had the opportunity to see the video of the representative that works at the Capitol in Washington get handcuffed and actually dragged out of the building into an elevator. Lord knows where she went. I think today she's okay and stuff. A couple of people came out in her and within her favor and was there on the scene and stuff like that. And she actually just got locked up for knocking on the door. Now, what she was knocking on the door about, they was inside the office, inside that room, signing in legislation that represents a bunch of Jim Crow laws and that stuff that they trying to set back in place because they feel like they actually losing a grip on what's going on in today's society and stuff like that. When Republicans get like that, Lord knows where they're going to go with what they're going to do about it. So I mean, I posted the video up on Facebook. I posted it up on my Twitter account and stuff like that, and certain accounts and stuff is going crazy online. And see, they don't understand when they do stuff like that. And see, back in the day, you can actually do it in the dark. It would never come to light. Now it comes to light. I would play the video, but the video is just a little bit too much for me. It actually pissed me off. But you can see it on my Facebook account. It's probably on your Facebook account. I know Occupy Democrats had it on. That's another online site that you know fluctuates through Twitter and Facebook. They have it up big time. It's on several different websites throughout the internet. So basically, I'm just giving you the gist of what I think. I think she made a political statement. Whether she did it on purpose or not, she actually made a political statement, which is mad cool with me because I don't know how fast she got past the dude, but the dude, one of the guards, one of the security men or police, whoever he wanted to be, was actually standing at the door. And I know he was telling her, just go and don't do anything, don't knock on the door, don't do anything. She actually went behind and just bang, 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 started banging on the door. Next thing you know, him and another dep came over and they started reaching for her and grabbing on her and stuff like that. But she was actually okay when the white people did it, or whoever they did it, whoever they were supposed to be, mega, whatever, Trump supporters, whatever. I just call them to make it easier on everybody. Trump supporters. So when they came to do what was done there, and they did the insurrection or whatever you call it, I call it a mob crazy. When Black Lives Matter did it out in the first town that they did it to, and all the stores was getting torn up and everything in Michigan. Oh, they were tyrants, and they're tearing up businesses, and they don't have no respect for law and order or anything. But when they did it, at the Capitol, it was all good. It was all great. It was all fancy and everything. And that's what I say. In this country, we actually need a change. We actually need a change in a lot of stuff. And I don't know, what I'm saying? We had some type of changes in here, and then but we need a lot more. To be honest, we need a lot more. And how do we start with that? Who know? I know, and several other people know, but who knows what actually works? Because this is okay. We live in a place called United States, which none of this stuff is united. None of this is united. I don't think it ever has been united. I mean, we do the best we can. You might be reunited with some of your family members and a couple of your neighbors and a few people in your community, and if you can get more than that, then shit, I think you're doing goddamn good. You're doing real good because that's really where it all falls at is the people in your neighborhood, the people in your community. That's who actually does whatever it is you do to get through and to get by. They're the ones who look out for you and everything. If you can go beyond that, your initial family, your initial friends, your initial community people, where it's your local grocery stores and fruit stands and people that your kids go to school, or stuff like that, and a couple of teachers and faculty there. I mean, your network is, at this day and age, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. You go to a church, you got a couple of people in the church you can actually depend on, and then there's certain people in the church you can't depend on. So your network gets smaller and smaller, and you try to bottle it to where it's at a level where you understand what's going through and what's going on and everything like that. And I can understand that. I can actually dig that. But when they say United States of America, they don't. I don't. I know they're not doing it for the people that live in America. They're actually doing it for people that don't live in America, that don't probably come to America, who never visited America. Because if you see it online or you see it on TV, well, outside of the craziness that go online, if you see America on TV 9 times out of 10, and you think, oh, it's just so lovely, it's just and so and so, and then when Americans go abroad, they just shrug their shoulders at everything like they the shit. So people think, oh, America must be the shit because these people come over here and they like bang bang bang. You're like, nah. But if you're on the home front and you see it every day for yourself, no, not at all, not at all. So it's not surprising that they did it to this black woman, just knocking on the door and dragged her off like that. They wouldn't have did it to no white senators, no white Republicans. I don't care if you was the white janitor, they would not have dragged them off like that. They have a level of decorum when it comes to their own, and they felt it was appropriate to do that to that lady, and that's what I'm saying. And they did it there, and just weeks earlier, they couldn't stop their own people from doing it, and half of them didn't want to. Half of them even proclaimed that they didn't see nothing wrong. They actually backed up on, the ones who were fighting to get them out of there. And there was some Spanish looking ones, some black ones, a lot of white ones. I think one or two white ones got actually, one got killed, and I think one actually got really badly hurt. And no, that's not. And even though the ones that actually been arrested, and they say about whether it's close to 150 to 200 of those people, which it was a little over 1,000, but they got about 200 of them. Not one is under murder. Everything is under breaking and entering, destroying property, breaking windows, waving flags in certain places, going in there, throwing these white people. I mean, these nasty people. They throwing freaking feces on freaking walls and shit. I mean, just come on, you freaking nasty like that. But that's what they were doing, stuff like that. And there was no problem with them. It's they can cover coat that. God forbid it was some black folk that did that. First of all, your mom and them would have been like really mad. Like, you got some, you better act like you got some kind of sense and don't do no crazy shit like that. And then, under our name and stuff like that. But they get a pass. They get a pass. And then one white lady got arrested for doing the same thing, but they gave her a pass to go to Mexico because she had vacation tickets preempted before she went to tear that place up at the Capitol. She already had tickets to go to Cancun. Now, they sitting up there talking all this crap about Mexico paying for the war and Mexico doing this and Mexicans are coming over here doing that. And you don't understand how many white people or whatever go to do their vacations in Mexico and do dirt. 9 times any criminal gets caught here and he has anywhere to run, the first place he's trying to get across the border into damn Mexico. So I I know that's why the Mexican president said, fuck y'all, I'm not paying for this damn wall. Y'all, man, you want to put a wall up, put it up. That'll keep most of your nasty ass people out as well, because we have a lot of problem with them coming over here after they do dirt and they come over here to hide and do more dirt. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the same thing. Or they come over here to go for vacation, knock up all the Mexican women and all of that, and then leave the kids right there. And then go back to America, come back to America, and they wash their hands of it. Unless they can get them over here and they don't bring them, they leave it up to them to try to get across the border and link up with them. Otherwise, he's like, oh yeah, they got all these kids abroad talking crap about how well, their people is in America, but they have no way of getting to them. Eh, that's what's up. I'm just saying. I know I go a little bit off because it pisses me off, but all this stuff is for another show, for another segment. But it actually happens. So when they did that crap the other day with the black, with the representative, the black woman representative that has been assigned, been voted in and assigned to watch the matters of a certain group of people in her constituency who got her in the office where she is. And when she went to exercise her rights and her job, her title, her duties, she was arrested and dragged off. Yeah, right. And you got to be joking me. I mean, you got to be joking me. And when people had no right to the place, you let them run amok with Confederate flags all over the place in the name of whatever the United States, and they figure they had the rights. I'm pretty sure they don't have no damn rights. The Indians can make the same damn claim that about them people that they came over here with that bullshit. They let them in, and now all of a sudden they're the white people are the ones saying that they're being persecuted and they being run out of their country. This ain't your damn country. You damn it didn't help build the damn thing. You lazy fucks. You just put your name on every damn thing. But that's another title for another day. We're not doing all that stuff. What I wanted to say was, I'm still looking into, I'm still looking at closely the details of what how the Biden administration is coming along, which is pretty cool. Um, that stimulus package, the third one that they got out now, it seems to have a lot of provisions. It has a lot of stuff in it, not just the $1,400 check. That was a good deal, which about 30 million people still don't have their money yet. And they saying that some of their accounts were messed up. There's a lot of them is vets, social security people, that really didn't deal with banks and balances and checks and all and check debits and check cards and stuff like that. They was still used to their they were still used to their paper checks, that's what they stuck with. And you know what I'm saying? So there was a problem with that. And some checks was sent out and then had to be brought back to the government so they can reissue them and send them back out, which is causing a big delay on their part. But I think for the most part, they cleared out a bunch of people who actually could say that they got it, which is a good deal. But then they have a lot of other stuff within the package, as far as, housing help, uh, giving taking away for student loans and stuff like that, helping you grant them out and stuff where you don't have to pay for that for your student loans, or if you still want to help you buy a home first buyers thing. And if you own a home and you're behind in your mortgage because of the pandemic, they help you get through that. The extension on the unemployment benefits, which is another thing that a lot of people needed and stuff, because they was going to end it right before they signed the bill on it, which was like March 20th or something like that, and around the same time in which they actually had it pulled and stuff like that. And they actually signed that in. Biden and them actually got it together and signed that in within a day or two, right before they were supposed to end it. So that was a good do too. That was a good move too. So now, like I said, it's a new day. We got we got our man Joe Biden here. He seems, he's a little older, but he seems to be intact with what's really necessary and what's important to get the government and the economy and the people back to where it is. And then on his on his side too, on his right hand, he's got Kamala Harris, and she seems to be pretty competent. She's a strong black woman, or black, Asian, and all that stuff. But once you're black, you're black. You know what I'm saying? You can mix all the other stuff in. we ain't got to claim everything. We'll claim what we want to claim. So, we are, and 95% of the black people who voted for her, they say she black. And if there were some Asian people that voted for her, they're gonna say she's Asian. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If there were some white people that voted for her, they're gonna say because she married a white guy. Who knows? But everybody had their reasons, and black people had a bigger reason and stuff. Our picture, we look at the bigger picture. Um, I mean, time will only tell. They ain't even did their first 100 days. So time will tell how that comes into pass and everything like that. But we're looking forward to some great things. They're also looking forward to a fourth stimulus package. Now, the fourth stimulus package, if it does go through, it's probably going to have to go through on the reconciliation thing. And it's probably going to have to be done the same way they did the third one, without no Republican support. So the whoever votes Republican, all your constituents, or all the constituents of the Republican Party, the people that you vote to take care of to represent you and your family and your needs and your concerns, eh, they ain't caring about that. They ain't about that. There's nothing bipartisan that happened about that third package. So none of them, not one of them stood up for you. And you voted all them people in. And you are getting checks from this government, from this guy Biden, even though the same people that you voted for, who was a part of the party that you say you are, they wanted nothing to do with it. They didn't care if you burned. They didn't care if you starved. They didn't care what. They 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 just didn't want to have nothing to do with it. My people could starve as far as they're concerned. Y'all can't do what y'all want to do. So they gave no support. They gave no support. And it's probably going to be the same thing if when and if the fourth one comes out. And that probably be somewhere, if it does, end of June, somewhere in July. It'll be more along that topic. But I know as soon as in the April comes, when this whole third stimulus package runs down, they should start with inventing and mobilizing how they're going to, start issuing the documents to put together for the fourth one. And it'll go from there on and on. And I think it's going to be a little bit more because they talking about reoccurring. They actually talking about one actual put out balance and then reoccurring balances for the next year or so, even after the pandemic has subsided, it is gone. So that is something that remains to be seen. They're trying to get the schools open. We don't know how that's gonna go, and that, but we got till September to figure that out. Um, but there's a lot of stuff, and I was reading through the third stimulus package. That it's pretty good. It's a lot of money, and if it gets used right, because you know just because they say that money's there don't mean it's all going out the door the way it's supposed to go. Oh, it's gonna go, but Lord knows which way it's gonna go. So, but with so many people watching closely on it, it is what it is. It's probably gonna do pretty good and stuff like that. So, on that note, that's all I had to say about that. But I really wanted to talk about the representative that got handcuffed and I don't even know if they arrested her because people was asking what she being arrested for. They would not answer. So that was basically what the topic of this show. Um, I want to thank some of the people out there, well, all the people out there, some who actually commented on the last video, even though it was a dry run, and they was talking about the books and stuff, and then it was supposed to be about book publishing, self-publishing, which I didn't go into major detail. I just went into like a vast scope of it, and I just wanted to go into vast scope of it. But in the meantime, in the between time, as we progress, we'll go into it. So once you start putting in your comments what you feel is missing, what you want me to indulge in as far as the details in which how you go about it, we'll do that. And I'll do that because I went through the process several times. I went through the process several times and I'm going through the process again now. So, but I'm kind of like, a veteran of, of book self-publishing. So we'll go through it. But some people did email me through the bottom text. And, you can put it in your comments and stuff like that and ask me, okay, why don't you go into this and tell me where to start? What's the beginning? What's the process? What's the hang time, the wait time, and all that stuff? So I can go into all that stuff, and which you should have a finished product in your hand. They can tell you anything. A lot of times you doing construction in your house and you say how long it's gonna take. They tell you 2 weeks, and 6 months later they're still doing it. You ask 6 months later how long more, it's gonna take another 2 weeks, and it's just gonna give 2 weeks, and it'll go for a year. So, but there is a standard time on it, but you do have to be doing your due diligence to make sure that they do all your stuff. Like I said, but that's about it for that. But I'm hoping that everybody who tuned in last time didn't shun me down too bad because I was just getting it all started and getting it all put together, and it was a lot of work to do and stuff like that. So on that note, it's good. But like I said, we got two great people in office. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying hooray for the Democrats. I'm not saying hands down to the Republicans. I'm just saying, let's see how this thing works out because a lot rides on it. But I know we can't do enough. Shit, the last 4 years of this cannot go on no more. And if I got to see another asshole doing some shit like this, that can't keep going on. So this shit got to stop. So the buck had to stop somewhere. So the buck stops right now with them. It's a sad day because, it's still at this point the best of the best. And I guess you're going to ask, everybody has their own little thing. Because right now, the Republicans, whatever Biden, 9 times 10, he puts on the table, they're not going to go for it. On one of the greatest American presidents, one of the great American families, one of the greatest American couples that was that controlled that White House. They did the same thing to him. Barack Obama, before he even put it on the table, there was no. There was no. Whatever, no. Whatever, no. They didn't even give it a no. And that's what kind of job he was up against. This man, that's right. And this woman, I call him man and woman. I call him, he's the president. I know, and Biden was vice president, but it was nothing like this group. It was nothing like this tag team right here. This was the real team. Yeah, I always praise that team. And if you don't know what that team is, then there was another team I praised. It was that team. And if you say, why is that team different than that team? They're not no different. There was the two teams. So, that's yourself. So big up to them. Barack and the Barack family, the Obama family. I call them Barack family, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Big up to the Obama family and stuff like that. I was happy when they was there. I was happy when they left only because no family, nobody should go through as much torment as they went through to try to do something for this country. His wife went through so much, where they praised this knucklehead Trump for and his crazy family. They downed her for it. She couldn't even wear sleeveless shirts or anything because it was everything. Obama put on a beige suit one day. That was a big problem. Trump had his fat ass out there on a damn golf course somewhere looking like an idiot, and he was praised. And he always told everybody how he was the smartest kid on the block. And he just shows you he's a freaking retard. So, but we're going to get past all of that. We're going to keep it boogieing. Um, like I said, I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a great weekend and stuff like that. I'll see you later. I'll be back soon. And another thing, give me another by tomorrow. We'll have a whole nother topic. So in the comment section, you give me a topic. Go ahead. Me, I'm gonna come up with my own, but as I do, I sometimes I be on straight and sometimes I go off narrow. Soon, I want to talk a little bit more about Bill because that's going to be a big topic. We're not going to get into that now because that might be a show all in itself, or at least a decent size segment. But for now, we're going to let it go. But we're going to talk a little bit more about Bill Cosby later on. But like I said, I got my book here on the side, Inner City Interludes and stuff like that. I showed you the other day, all self-published. And then on this side, I got my book, A Kid from the City. And I have two more. And I have another one, but the other one doesn't have the covers yet, and we're in the process of doing that. So they're all gonna get posted. Now it's gonna be the easiest way to get to them at this point is through my Cash app, but I can post that up. And if you need to holler at me about that stuff, you got my email right there, and I'll let you know a little bit more about how to, that it's simple. You send it to me, and I'll make sure you get it. Where the publishing companies is a little funny, you know. So I have to work something else out to where I can get the books out, and I take on the grub of mailing them out and stuff like that. And all the shipping and handling, and make sure the people got it who order it through me, and you'll get it a lot faster, a lot cheaper, and I ain't got to fight with them over anything like in that sense. So that's a good look. So on that note, I hope, like I said, hope you all have a great start of the week, an awesome start of your week, and I hope you had a great weekend. My name is HoeZee. Until later, I'm out. Peace.